Yes, I think Apple is really interesting because if you think about how they entered the market, so what their market entry strategy was, it was absolutely a price skimming strategy where they said, we're going to come in high and we're going to build that brand and then others will follow. And they did create subsequent products that maybe didn't have as much storage or as many features, so people who couldn't afford that first premium, I think it was the iPod, wasn't that the first product before the iPhone? And they started with the highest version and they built that premium brand, and then they created the demand there, and then they created less expensive versions, just like I said, so less storage, just so that people could have access to it. And that's how they actually got into, I think, the masses, because they then were creating products that people could afford, but started with that high brand recognition. Interesting about both of those examples is that it's not about discounting the product, it's about looking at your offering and offering less for a lower price. So Apple never discounts. They're hardly, I don't think they're ever on, at least on the Apple website, they never go on sale. They never do campaigns, they never do promotional pricing like that. Maybe a retail store who will sell them might do it, but for the most part, Apple does not discount. But what they do well is that they will reduce the offering to reduce the price, and Tesla does the same, but they still maintain that premium price, that highest point for the techies who want that gadget. It's amazing. And Google, another company that just, they do it so well. And I think about, especially value, all the free tools that we have, the collaboration tools that we have that are they are better than anything I've used that we've paid for, and this is free, and it's just because their model is actually making it on the other side with AdSense. And so I don't know if you've ever gone through the process of signing up to actually advertise on Google, but it's pretty great. So you actually are, it's almost like a build your own price. So the first, they actually ask you, they walk you through the value process. What are you trying to get out of this? What are your goals? Who are you marketing to? And you're kind of building almost like you're building your business plan as you go. And then at the end, they ask you to build your threshold. So build your usage model that you can afford. And they ask you to set the cap. And that just is, I think, in terms of like the crowdsourcing for setting your own pricing and identifying your own value, is really great. And it's so easy, and they step you through it. But then through that process, they've actually helped you identify the value that you're trying to get to. It's great. So I'll use Sainsbury's because I actually used this bundle, but it's sort of a build your own bundle approach. So there's a couple different approaches to packaging. One, we all know the good, better, best. You start with something, you offer something good, you could buy something better, and then you buy the version of that. And there are a lot of examples of that. But with Sainsbury's, you can actually build your own bundle, which they'll give you a recipe card. And maybe it has 5 ingredients on it for your dinner tonight, a sausage casserole. And you go around the store and you pick up all the ingredients, and you take your recipe card up to the front, and then you get a bundled discount for buying it all together because you've just bought your dinner, and then you go home and you cook it. Love that, because look at the example that we just talked about. It's the placement of the products that are in the bundle. Like, where are they in the store? Are they together? Yep, they're right there next to each other. And then the promotion of it, which is the recipe card, which is exactly, and then the discount for buying it all together. So